Hey guys, so we have been in Mexico for a whole month now. Well, technically a month and a couple of days, but we kind of wanted to recap what we've been up to and our feelings and thoughts.
Alright, so we made a little list here
Yeah.
of things we like and dislike.
Yeah,
do you want to
so
start with the like or dislike?
these are just our personal experiences and not necessarily like, just because it's a dislike doesn't mean it's like, I don't know,
A deal breaker.
a deal breaker, yeah. It's
Just something we've noticed that's different.
That's just like maybe not our favorite or what we're used to, but you know,
every place in the world has pluses and minuses, pros and cons.
yeah.
So.
And for our list, like we definitely have way more likes than dislikes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I guess we could maybe start with the likes.
The geographical area is just beautiful. So no states everywhere. We're in the jungle.
Yeah.
With beautiful beaches, some of the most beautiful beaches in the world.
Yeah, it really is gorgeous here. So, I mean, that's a big part of why we chose to move here, is just having easy access to all of those beautiful places. But
we're pretty far secluded as far as Cancun life goes. We were like a 25-minute bus ride from the beach.
yeah, but it's not bad. It goes pretty quick. The drivers are pretty efficient, so to say the least. So
they go pretty fast.
Yeah.
We went to the beach yesterday. It was only about 25, 35 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
It was the most.
Yeah, not bad. We do from where we're at right now. We do have to take a couple buses, but yeah, it's still like not going to hinder us from going to the beach that often.
I like yesterday's beach going too. We'll add some photos, but it was the most calm it's been since we've been here, with not a lot of sargassum.
Yeah.
Absolutely
so
tranquil.
Nice. Yeah, right now this region is getting hit pretty hard with the seaweed or sargassum. I'm not really sure exactly. I've heard so many different terms for it.
Sargasso is either seaweed or a town in Mexico, and Sargassa is the other one. So I cannot remember.
Yeah, but it's really not that bad, but it's always nicer when the water's calmer, because then it's not like pushing around all the seaweed in the water and then you find it in your bathing suit later and it's not fun.
So that's the big first plus, is the beaches.
Second plus, we already kind of mentioned, but that's public transportation. So the buses here, there's so many, and although I'm not sure there's an actual like set schedule, they come so frequently that it's not a big deal. So there's buses, and then there's these shared van rides that are like
they're called collectivos?
Collectivos or combis. I think there's a couple different terms. I think in Cancun it's a combi, and then along the highway it's collectivo.
Maybe that's it.
Correct us if I'm wrong. But they're really affordable, like 10 pesos each, and same with the bus, they're 10 pesos, so that's like...
We haven't had to wait more than like
50,
5
60
minutes
cents.
in this new place that we're at.
Yeah, so it hasn't been bad, and there's so many different routes that, you know, if one bus doesn't come and a different route comes, like you can hop on that, and it's super convenient. And really, like, so far it hasn't been that big of a deal to not have a car here for a month.
No.
So yeah, we've been able to get
And we just found out that grocery stores, like every grocery store delivers, so.
Yeah, man.
So we've been walking along for no reason.
Yeah, because it's only like 35 pesos to have it delivered, which in USD would be like
$1.50.
Yeah.
So right now the exchange rate's like at 19.
It's almost kind of worth
$2
it to not sweat for half an hour to get groceries. But I don't know. We are right now just like 2 minutes from the grocery store, so I don't think we really have an excuse. But
according to Google Maps, 230 meters.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
So public transport, a big plus.
Yes.
We lived in Denver previously, and just no public transport unless you're just downtown and only downtown.
Yeah, I mean there's like the light rail that went further out, and then
but you still have to
some
drive
buses
to
too.
the parking lot.
Yeah, you have to drive to the parking ride to then get on it. Otherwise it's not convenient unless you live like right next to it. So I would still have to drive, like I took the bus to downtown, I still have to drive 10 minutes to get to the parking ride and then ride the bus for another 30 minutes to get downtown, and it was over $5 a day to ride it, which is cheaper than parking downtown, and at least you're not stressed driving, but it does add up quickly. It's really expensive, I think.
And cumbersome system altogether in Denver, I thought.
It kind of is. It's just a hassle.
Along the same vein, they don't have Uber or Lyft or anything like that here, but they do have an app called Easy Taxi, and you can just summon a taxi on your smartphone. So it's exactly like Uber, except
It does. The app looks really similar to Uber. It's pretty convenient. Occasionally, you'll have to keep refreshing the app to actually get a driver because it'll say like no drivers near you. So that can be frustrating. But usually, I don't know, we've only had to wait like maybe 10-15 minutes for it to finally like refresh and there's a driver near us. So it's not a big a deal. And it's nice because then you can see the prices ahead of time because I feel like us not speaking Spanish.
If you're not fluent in Spanish or you look like you're from here, they'll try to take advantage of you.
Yeah, it's hard to negotiate. So
yes.
They'll just like skyrocket the price and expect you to pay it, and you can't really like talk them down. But if you have the app, it tells you the price ahead of time, so it's easy taxi.
It's easy.
It's just easy.
Oh, something that was a pleasant surprise was a very supportive expat community here.
That has been awesome. So they have weekly meetups here in Cancun, and it's just like super casual. They always meet at some kind of bar, restaurant area for drinks and food, and just they've been wonderful in giving us advice about like everything, basically.
Oh, yeah, anytime we need an answer, we can contact one of them. They're more than happy to help.
Yeah, and there's even locals in the group, so that's been really awesome. Like giving us different advice about like the culture too, and some more like
people from Mexico,
insights.
not necessarily from Cancun.
Right, actually a lot of them are from Mexico City here. So
Mexico City
they're
or
local to Mexico,
Guadalajara.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like half the population of Cancun is Mexico City.
Yeah, that's actually what one of the locals told us from Mexico City is that like half the people here are from Mexico City. So it's pretty cool.
So yeah, shout out to Peter for putting these groups together every Thursday. We really appreciate it.
It's been awesome. Okay, so a big one, which is also a huge reason why we moved here, is the affordability relative to the US. So just like transportation we've mentioned is so much cheaper. Food in general, like restaurants are typically cheaper if you're not going to like the hotel zone touristy area. Like if you're just in the downtown area, prices are really reasonable. Groceries are pretty reasonable. Like we used to spend, obviously we're not buying as much right now, like grocery wise, because we've been moving around a lot. But we've been spending what, like $10 to $15 each time at the grocery store, when previously we were spending like
probably an average of 200 pesos, which is roughly $10, $11.
Yeah, and we're spending like 50 plus in the US.
That 200 pesos will feed us for a few days too. It's not just a meal.
Yeah. It's several grocery bags, and I don't know. It's been nice to not have to, I don't know, like empty your wallet every time you go to the store.
Absolutely, and even if you are in the hotel zone, I've heard if you have the Cancun driver's license, which we will soon have, I hope, they still give you a huge discount on your bill because they give you the local discount at that point. So it's still going to be cheaper.
Yeah, so once we get that, we can actually pay what the locals do. But I mean, right now, like in downtown, we don't have to worry about that because all the prices are local prices there, which is nice.
We just try not to buy anything in the hotel zone for now.
Yeah.
We should insert a picture of Gobles too. We went to this little vegetarian restaurant called Gobles. It's in Centro. And it was 15 pesos per taco.
Yeah,
and
so
they
that's
were amazing
like
tacos.
75 cents per taco, which in the US, like we paid like $2-3 per taco before. And
like even Taco Bell, which I don't really eat at, so I don't know their prices, but I think they're even more expensive than 75 cents a taco.
Probably. Yeah, those tacos were awesome. So we had several for
We'll insert a photo.
Yeah, here. A big plus is because it's a tropical region. There's so many fruits that we've never experienced before.
We've eaten several of them. I don't remember any of their names right now.
Okay, there was guayas.
Guayas?
I'll try to insert photos of these. Guayas,
Guabaya, maybe?
Guabayas. They're like guayas, but not. And then there was the one, that brown one that tasted chocolatey.
It tasted chocolatey. It had a yellow interior or orange interior.
Orangey brown interior. It was like a chocolate mango.
The outside looked like an American football. Like it was a long shape like that. It's weird. We'll find a photo and
we'll try to find these, but they all tasted really good. So yeah, we're definitely
Some new food we've never
Trying
seen.
some new stuff, yeah.
New snack foods that we shouldn't be eating. This different flavored chips or
Yeah, they all do
chili powder, chili and lime powdered like peanuts and stuff. Oh my goodness.
So good.
To get to a bad thing, this is our own fault. But to get to the con column, and entirely our fault, there's a language barrier that we're trying to navigate. And we're getting a little better at Spanish, maybe?
I think so. I'm definitely better at ordering now and just like picking up words here and there, but I feel like we've definitely been, at least I have personally been slacking a lot more than Daniel has on our lessons. So I need to get back into that. Like I was doing language then in Duolingo, and then I came across Spanish Pod, which is awesome. I did their free trial. I might look into purchasing it, but just like actually hearing
Hearing
the language has been a lot harder to like pick up the words than like reading it. So Spanish Pod is like a Spanish podcast.
With Duolingo, I've been doing pretty good at reading a lot, or guessing the meaning after reading. But hearing, my ears aren't trained yet to hear very well. So I can ask a question in Spanish, and I'm expecting or anticipating like one of three answers, and if it's a different answer, I have no idea what's going on. I look for key phrases that I recognize.
Yeah.
But the locals talk so fast here, it's hard for my gringo brain to understand.
It's been difficult, yeah. But we're gonna try to...
We'll do better at that.
Yeah, we'll try to be better.
But that ties into a pro. Everyone here is so helpful. So if we are ever struggling, someone will speak a little bit of English somewhere in the region and will come and help us out.
Yeah, but like randomly in the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be like,
I think they just want to practice their English or something.
Maybe, and like if somebody would pass, be like, do you want me to translate for you? Or like, please. So that's been really nice.
People go out of their way to help here.
Yeah.
One of the most kind communities I've ever been a part of.
One that is actually pretty common in the rest of the world, but not in the US, is that you can't drink tap water. Like, you know, in Europe, there's a lot of countries where you can't, and that's true for here, is that...
In Europe you can?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of, well, I believe some of the countries I've visited, like, I think it was Germany and France, you couldn't drink the tap water, per se. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times they just, like, give you bottled water. So
is that like fizzy water?
I think that's why they like fizzy water, yeah.
The devil's invention.
Yeah. So here you also can't drink the tap water. We've heard different variations or like different reasons why, and that can be either because there's a lot of hard minerals in it, and so it can cause kidney stones. And then we've also heard that the water is actually like sanitary, but they store them on top of their roofs in these containers.
And the containers aren't cleaned very often.
Yeah, and so those can become contaminated, and then there can be bacteria in the water from that. But from the actual like water treatment plant, it does come drinkable, but I guess. But
with too much, is it calcium? Too much calcium in the water content, it will.
Yeah, so it's like for that reason, it's just not good to drink.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal. You can buy a 20 liter, which is like 5 gallons-ish jug for 30 pesos.
Yeah, it's really inexpensive.
When we first got here, our first Airbnb didn't have.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of mandatory to have one of those big like 5-gallon water jugs, and then they gave us like 2 of these like tiny 16-ounce water bottles, and like that's it. Yeah, for 2 weeks, they're like, oh, thanks.
So we had to fumble. We didn't know we could deliver groceries yet. We had to fumble around these huge water.
Yeah, luckily it had a
bottles.
handle, but it's like.
But my fingers were too big for the handles. These were made for someone with smaller hands than me.
I guess so.
So we had to walk like a half mile to get these, and that was kind of a nuisance.
Yeah, but it was a workout.
It was a workout, that's true.
So I don't know, we can't complain. Like it was a really affordable Airbnb, so you know I'm just gonna chalk it up to that. Like you get what you pay for. So
yeah, I enjoyed the Airbnb though.
Yeah, the Airbnb itself is good. It's just no water.
Yeah, we're used to coming from the United States, where outside of Michigan you can drink water. So
yeah, outside of Flint.
Sorry, Michigan. Here's a pro and a con. It's a double-edged sword, but the weather. So it's beautiful here all the time. At night it gets to like 28, which is chilly here.
Yeah. But yeah, it is summer all the time. I think maybe when it gets to December or January, it might dip down to like, I don't know, like 25 I've heard. So it's like upper 70s.
And the locals wear like coats and stuff, which sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, and long pants.
Because that's still like 75, 80 degrees, like 25 Celsius is.
Yeah, so like right now it's in what, the 80s or 90s, and then with the humidity it feels like 100.
Like 36 Celsius
Yeah.
is what I've been seeing on like signs around
We
town.
gotta get into Celsius now, so we're not good at that yet. But yeah, so it's just, you know, it's nice to only have one set of summer clothes, but you are sweating all the time. And all of the locals never look like they're sweating at all. Like they have like powder fresh skin. And just
No
like,
sweat
huge
marks all over
dripping.
their shirt, which I'm impressed
Yeah,
at.
how do they do it? And everyone's just like, oh, they're just adjusted to it. I'm like, when is my body gonna be like that?
I don't think ever.
No, probably not. Not if we use air conditioning.
So 365 days you can go to the swimming pool, but that does get tiring sometimes, like when you're trying to sleep at night, or
Yeah.
we're not used to the tropical life yet.
Yeah.
But that's a plus and a minus on my list.
Yeah, I agree.
One big thing that we always did in Denver was we always recycled everything. We actually lived in a suburb called Thornton, and you could just throw all your recyclables in one can, and every 2 weeks you'd pick it up, and we'd always fill it to the brim.
Yeah, we filled up our recycling more often than we filled up our trash can.
Oh yeah, like twice as fast. And I love that. I love the sustainability of it. It made me feel like a good person. In Mexico, you can only recycle plastic bottles.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, I've seen signs where they pick it up like once a month in a parking lot. We don't have a vehicle, so we
It would
can
be
like
really hard to
store
get
this for a
started.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like, I mean, we filled up stuff so fast that I think we were putting out our recycling every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, I don't know. But we had like a huge, one of those like big, like
probably
curbside
20,
trash
yeah.
cans that we were filling up. But since we don't have a car, like that amount of recycling would be really difficult to transport to a like recycling center here, like wherever they pick up the recycling. But I think they do more than plastic bottles for those. But otherwise, if
We'll
you
need
do,
to check that out.
yeah, I need to do more research. Like maybe we should just like pay for taxi that day and take
Take a bunch of garbage.
just to
and
feel good.
I'm sure they'd like
Do you
it.
mind? We have this big trash bag. But I don't know. It does make me feel really bad how much we throw away here.
And we're so good in Denver, yeah.
I know it hurts.
When we were out and about and we would accumulate trash, we'd even take it home with us so we could recycle it.
We totally would. Yeah, like I'm not throwing away this plastic bottle. It's coming home with me.
We do that every day, it seems like.
Yeah, we did.
One thing I do like is the slower pace of life here. Everything's much more relaxed. Someone says they'll meet you at 2. They'll be there around 2:30
Yeah.
in our experience.
It just doesn't feel like as big of a rush to get around or like do things. I mean, unless you're on the Collectivo.
So overall, I think for every 5 likes we have, for every 5 pros, we have 1 negative or 1 con. So it's overwhelmingly positive experience, and
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah, we're still happy to be here, so we're excited for what's to come and to explore more of this area. We're still working on finishing up that immigration process and just checking out the surrounding areas of Cancun. So,
That's another slower pace of life thing. We said
oh yeah,
we were told 2 weeks we would hear back, but we've talked to other expats like, oh yeah, like 2-3 months.
yeah. So, I mean, it takes time. As long as we get it approved eventually, that's all that
That's
matters.
true. So I think it would be good to do another one of these videos 3 months in when we know more, because we're still pretty
Yeah.
noobs. We're noobs.
We are noobs.
But thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.